So, breaking Forest transfer news, the Diomande deal has collapsed. Welcome to your Forest news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your transfer news. As hot off the press, it is being reported that the Diomande deal between Forest and Sporting has folded like a deck chair. It's done. It's over. After all the toing and froing, the closer than closest can be, it is done. We're going to get into it all. Make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed, make sure you're following our socials and all the rest of it. And let's just jump straight into this, because I'm trying to stay calm and composed, man. I feel like I'm freaking Marcus in Bad Boys 2, man. Woosa, woosa, woosa. This is what I've been moaning about all summer. This is why I've been saying I am worried about this transfer window. This is why when I was talking about it on Grumpy Old Reds the other night, I was saying it's just not that simple. Get it over the line, get it done, get him in quickly. And it's not like Forest are being hijacked or anything. This is Forest being tight asses is the only way that it can be described. Now, what's all this coming from? It's coming from Portuguese sources. Let me just tell you exactly what's been said, right? And then we can break it down. So it's coming from Maze Football over in Portugal. Now, I would say they're like a tier 2 source. Okay, I believe they're a media organization. I wouldn't put them at an Ornstein level or things like that, but their information is going to be sourced and quite reliable. So I'm not saying it's 100%, but there's definitely something in this. They're saying negotiations between Sporting and Forest for Diomande have fallen through as of today. A major disagreement between the leaders of the two clubs led to the failure of the deal, which it should be remembered was being discussed for around 40 million euros. At this moment, only a major turnaround in relations could allow Diomande to move to Forest in the summer transfer window. Due to the negotiations with the English club, Ousmane Diomande missed all of Sporting's pre-season friendlies. If nothing changes, the Ivorian centre-back, who is under contract until June 2030, could soon be available for selection for Borges again. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take a quick breather, quick word from the sponsors, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think right now. Just before we jump into the video, I want to tell you guys about how impressed I've been with Oxford Natural, because I've already lost £6. Okay, it's not the £100 Robbie has lost or the £40 that Michael Owen has lost, but it shows complete progress. Now, let's be clear, no supplement's going to do the hard work for you. You got to plan your lifestyle, but this has allowed me to do it. And the good news is now the Optimum Day has a new improved formula with 7 carefully selected ingredients. These ingredients include the likes of citicoline and lion's mane. This helps with that mental focus when it comes to match days. Natural caffeine and guarana give you clean energy, plus green tea extracts and berberine and L-carnitine support your metabolism. And on top of that, the Optimum Night has been improved with 6 ingredients as well. You've got magnesium, you got ashwagandha, you got L-theanine, you've got apigenin and lavender extracts, all to help you get that deep and supportive sleep. So instead of taking loads of supplements, bring yourself down to Optimum Day and Night with 13 carefully selected ingredients, and all you need to do is scan this QR code, use code FFTV, and you get 70% off your first order. Let's get back into the video. So look, this is starting to become a pattern in the season. This is starting in the transfer window. Forest is stalling over a couple of million here, a couple of million there. You know what? I'd understand it if we hadn't sold Elliot Anderson. I'd understand it if we didn't have a new manager. I'd understand it if we'd won the league last season and our team is absolutely perfect and doesn't have holes in it that needs filling and everything else. I'd also understand it if the new manager coming in was going to play the exact same formation, the same style as the previous manager. I don't understand what we're trying to do here. Now, Diomande is an absolute quality centre-back, and Forest have had literally a free run at him. And Forest are nitpicking over prices and payment plans and things like that. At the end of the day, Sporting get to decide what price they want to sell him for. Yes, Diomande wants to leave. He wants to come to Forest. There's no one who's going to deny that. And I think Forest are almost trying to use this as a case of, well, he definitely wants to come. So if we apply enough pressure on Sporting, they're going to have to crack on the price because he wants to leave and come to Forest. Therefore, we can save ourselves a couple of million. Now, if I were to flip this conversation slightly and say, okay, is this maybe something that's being fed from Sporting into the media outlets to say, let's put some pressure on Forest. This is dragging out now. We need those 40 million euros to reinvest in our squad, blah, 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 and what have you. Let's put some pressure, make it a bit more public and make the stance now that this deal is off and force Forest back to the negotiation table and get it done. I think there's still an element of me that thinks Forest are not stupid enough to let this deal collapse. Because over the sake of a couple of million or an extra couple of 100K per month in a payment plan or whatever, it's criminal to let this collapse. It really is. So I don't know where things are right now. I don't know where we are on this transfer window. Like, say what you want about Edu, and I wasn't an Edu fan, as you all know. At least the deals got done, man. Like, we had players coming in at a decent flow over the last campaign. Yes, there was the whole, Europa League, Conference League with Palace, and we always win and everything else like that. And I just feel like even in spite of that, and especially after it, the flow was there. We are now 15 or 16 days away from the start of the Premier League. We don't have our defence sorted out. We don't have the Anderson replacement. You could say Schlager, but I don't think he's a direct replacement. We still need a striker. We still need some fullbacks or wingbacks in this formation. We've had one person through the door, 115 million plus one incoming, and zero, literally zero outgoing. Correction, we've actually spent 20 million euros on Olympiacos. Like, what is going on here? I'm starting to say, what's Sirianos doing? Like, get the deals done. And there will be those of you in the comments saying, stop panicking, man. Still 15 days, 2.5 weeks, plenty of time to get deals over the line and stuff. I want us to be ready for the Leeds match, not the Liverpool match, not the Spurs match, not whatever match we got after that. The Leeds match. From the minute one, we should be ready. And this is I'm gonna start to think, how is Glasner feeling about this situation now as well? Diomande, he wants. Bergvall, he wants. Reinders is on his list. Forest have delivered none of the players that he wanted as things stand today at the time of recording this video. The manager, I always say this, is at his most powerful when he first walks through the door. And he's walked through the door with a freebie. That's it. So Glasner's probably starting to get annoyed. And let's not forget, these are part of the reasons that Glasner wanted to leave Palace in the first place, was because players were sold, because he wasn't getting the players in that he wanted. Parish was a tight ass with his money and all this stuff. So we need to sort this out, and quickly. This transfer window can be fixed and resolved very quickly. Right now, what needs to happen with Diomande is the Greek father needs to pick up the phone and do what he needs to do, because all these clowns underneath him seem to be making a complete hash and a mess out of it. He's done this before. We saw it. He sorted out the Gibbs White situation last summer. We've seen Olympiacos. He sorted out deals for them with a simple phone call. He now needs to speak to whoever he needs to speak to at Sporting. Get this over the line. 40 million euros for a player this good, 34 million pounds or 35 million pounds, is a goddamn bargain. And especially, as I said, if you were going to sell Anderson first, then expect clubs to increase their price towards you. Because if you really wanted to do it properly, you would have got your recruitment done, then sold Anderson. But you've decided to do it this way round, so now you're going to have to pay the Anderson tax and stomach it. Go get Diomande. Go get Reed, because that's collapsed with Roma as well. Forgot about Reed. So the Roma deal's collapsed there. Reed's available again. He fits Glasner's system. Go get that done. Stop clowning around. Get these players in. We got 15 or 16 days to sort it out. Make sure you've liked and subscribed. Check out Oxford Natural. Code FFTV for 70% off. We'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.